If you could take your seats and we'll get the program started for the evening. Welcome to the 2014 Jolly and Warren Trepp Business Plan Competition. This process actually started back in August with our Innovative Idea Competition. An interdisciplinary panel of faculty members selected the 10 best innovative ideas. And then we went on and we had our first annual pitch competition, and we had 6 students participate in that. And tonight is the culminating event where we will award over $6,000 in prize money to the students that are going to be presenting tonight. So these students have been working tirelessly over the last semester, and they've been working with faculty advisors and their teams, particularly Rick Normington's been leading the charge for having them create their business plans. And so tonight is the culminating event, and after tonight, these students are going to move on and compete in the statewide D.W. Reynolds Governor's Cup. And if they win there, like our team did last year, they're going to go on to the Tri-State in Las Vegas. So the prize pools there are over $150,000. So there's a lot of money to be had in this. So for those of you guys that are in the audience, pay attention. You might want to participate next year and win some money. At this time, if I could have you guys all turn your cell phones to silent or off. These students are nerve-wracked enough. I don't think they need your cell phones going off to disturb them. Thank you. I'd now like to introduce our written judges and our oral presentation judges who are sitting before me tonight. Last week, students submitted their plans to judges who gave them feedback on their written plans. Our written judges were Peter Kovacs, who is a SMC Board of Trustee member and the chair of the Audit Committee. He was the president and CEO of Kelco Company, a San Diego-based specialty chemicals manufacturer, and a division of Merck & Company, Incorporated. Peter led the sale of Kelco to Monsanto, where he joined the Monsanto Operating Council and worked to merge the NutraSweet company with Kelco. Peter served as president and CEO of the NutraSweet Kelco company that became one of the largest industrial biotechnology companies. He is currently serving on the board of trustees of the Desert Research Institute and the San Diego Natural History Museum. In 1997, Peter established an international business advisory practice, the Kovacs Advisory Group, LLC, that provides strategic consulting services. Also judging our written plans was Henry Malloy. Henry formed Heinz Global Asset Management Incorporated in 2010 as a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. From 2005 through 2010, Henry was an independent investment advisor for Delta Equity, where he began managing fee-based discretionary accounts. Prior to that, Henry specialized in trading equities and developing wealth management solutions at Bear Stearns and Curlin Securities. Henry's career began in San Francisco firms, gaining exposure to all aspects of technology, specializing in financing for emerging companies. Born in Ireland and schooled in Dublin and Paris, wouldn't we all like to do that? Henry studied finance, graduating with honors from University College Dublin. Henry is involved with many charities and community activities, including the Right to Play and the Center for Biological Diversity. Henry won the 2007 Golden Gloves Northern California Boxing Championship. As a true outdoors man, Henry enjoys skiing, equestrian sports, and bike riding. Things you never knew about some of the people that contribute their time to SNC. Sitting in front of you tonight are 4 oral presentation judges, Bridge Stewart, Dr. Atom Lachandani, Roland Schumann, and David Collins. We want to thank you for your time. I know you guys volunteer a lot of time for us, and particularly for entrepreneurship students, and we really appreciate that. Dr. Lachandani is the vice chair of SMC's Board of Trustees and a member of Sierra Angels. He has a PhD in operations research from Cornell University. His career is focused on the application of operations research techniques to a variety of industrial and government problems and operating roles in the high-tech industry. He has held roles ranging from strategic planner to chief financial administrative officer, and finally as chief executive officer. He also served as the CFO at Oracle. For the past 15 years, he has worked as part-time advisor, board member, and general business mentor to a number of early-stage information technology companies. To his right is Elbridge Stewart. Bridge Stewart served as the Director of Alternative Assets and Research and a principal at Coldstream Capital Management Incorporated, a high net worth asset management firm with over $1 billion in assets based in Bellevue, Washington. He left the firm after the death of his father in order to run several taxable and non-taxable family enterprises. Bridge's prior experience also includes the areas of investment banking, equity research, and both institutional and high net worth portfolio management, as well as 15 years in the computer industry in the areas of hardware, large system software design, and software product management and marketing. Bridge is extremely active in nonprofit philanthropy and serves on numerous nonprofit boards, including that of Camp Corey at Carnation Farm in Carnation, Washington, located on the site of his family's original family farm. Camp Corey is a member of the Paul Newman Hole in the Wall camps. As a philanthropist, he founded the Elbridge and Deborah Stewart Foundation and serves on the board of the Stewart Foundation in San Francisco. He is a member of the CFA Society of Seattle, Foundation Financial Officers Group, Philanthropy Northwest, and Northern California Grantmakers. David Collins, a graduate of Notre Dame and Harvard Law. David practiced law for 2 years in New York City before joining the Johnson & Johnson Law Department, where he stayed for 16 years. The last 3 years, he served as general counsel and member of the board of directors. In 1978, he moved to the management side, serving in turn as president of McNeil Pharmaceutical Group, group chairman of several Latin American subsidiaries, member of the executive committee, chairman of the worldwide consumer sector, and the vice chairman of the board. While at Johnson & Johnson, he was a member of the small senior team of executives handling the 1982 and 1986 Tylenol poisoning episodes, serving as the face of the company in several early TV interviews. Leaving in 1986, he spent 2 years in venture capital and 5 years as president of the healthcare products division of Schering Plough Corporation and member of their operations committee. Since retiring, he's done consulting and served on the boards of several public and private companies. In his private life, he has been active in the Aspen Institute seminar programs. He taught his own course on corporate social responsibility at several colleges and universities and served on the boards of several nonprofits, including Farley Dickinson University, where he served as the chairman, the Calvin Coolidge Memorial Foundation, and the Incline Village Community Hospital. He and his wife Judy have been residents of Incline Village for 16 years. And last but certainly not least is a face that you guys have seen at many competitions before. I think this is your third this year, is Roland Schumann. Roland is a member of Sierra Angels. He co-founded Swap Drive Incorporated. His venture capital funded company was a pioneer in the cloud storage industry and was acquired by Symantec Corporation. Prior to Swap Drive, he was a senior associate at Booz Allen Hamilton, where he provided technical risk management services. Roland frequently serves as a guest lecturer at leading schools such as the Thunderbird School of Global Management, George Washington University, Georgetown University, and he even makes time for Sierra Nevada College. He also served as an intelligence officer in the U.S. Army for 10 years, including time spent working in the jungles of Central and South America on counter-narcotics and arms smuggling interdiction missions. Qualified as a paratrooper, jungle warfare, and counterterrorism expert, Roland attained the rank of captain before deciding to pursue his civilian career as an entrepreneur. With the Sierra Angels, Roland serves as a member of their selection committee, which screens investment opportunities to pitch to the broader Sierra Angels membership. Roland was recently chosen as the recipient of George Washington University's 2014 Entrepreneurial Achievement Award. Let's give a round of applause for our judges. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Lynn Gillette, president of our college. He's the past chair of the business department. I stole his job. And previously elected as executive vice president and provost. As president, he continues to teach. Many of you guys are in his current event topics class. And this class is a classic example of what we mean by active learning. So students prepare extensively outside of the classroom so that when they get to class, they are prepared to discuss and answer questions and synthesize what they've learned outside of the classroom. Lynn has received numerous teaching awards from colleges around the country, including here at SNC, and has given over 50 presentations at professional conferences and to business executives on a broad array of topics, including teaching excellence, institutional effectiveness, and leadership and change management, which you can take his course over the summer if you like. As president, he continues to lead the charge for increasing student engagement inside and outside of the classroom, and tonight's program is an example of what that looks like. And so I'll turn it over to Lynn, and he's got some remarks.
Thanks, Kimberly. 4,500. We had to put money on the line, and we had to get real judges. We had to get mean people. We couldn't find anybody but Roland. All right, now, what I want to do, I've got a couple of students that kind of want to go up and relax. But I want every student that is presenting tonight to stand up. Okay, and I want you guys to come a little closer. Okay, now, what are we celebrating? We're celebrating the courage to compete. So look at me. The best advice I could give you is you prepared. You're going to play the game. You prepared. Relax and enjoy the moment. You got everybody that's important in Incline Villages here. If they're not here, they're not important. All right, now. So I can't tell you how proud I am of you. All manner of people can sit on their butt and talk about wanting to compete, but a lot of people don't do it. So the fact that y'all are putting yourselves on the line, hard-nosed judges, cannot tell you how proud I am of you. Now, go any way you want until you present. Next, I've got to do this. I just saw Sabrina Bellici. There are a few people I need to introduce. First of all, on pure ski experience, Taya, Matea, and Luca's in France, right? Stand up, guys. All right, these guys, turn around. Taya and Matea, both from Croatia, Olympic skiers, and Luca Racone from France, and on our ski team, won this thing last year. And they were fantastic. They went on to then finish second in Nevada, and then they went on to Tri-State, the only Nevada team to place, and finished second in a Tri-State competition with all kind of people. I know the answer, but I want you to tell me how much money did y'all win?
40,000.
Okay, that's good stuff. All right. Sabrina Bellici is my hero when I grow up. Will you stand up? When I grow up, I want to be you. I love this girl. I taught her when she was about 18. She competed in everything. Never won. Finished second or third. Competed in everything. Would not give up. And then I'll be darned. We had the Middlebury Mid-Corps program last summer on this campus. Students from Stanford, Brown, Middlebury, SNC, Illinois, Williams, Lafayette, etc. And they had a month-long business competition, and Sabrina Bellici won it and won it easily. She won no money. She won no money. But let me tell you, that was, what is that about? Pretty prestigious. Here's what I like to say, and I'm delighted to see the faculty and staff here, and I'm going to cut my remarks a little short given the students need to perform. This is our Alabama-Auburn football game. And I'm deadly serious about this. There are a lot of things about higher education that are all screwed up. And people celebrate the wrong things. Now, our ski team just dominated, and snowboarders and free skiers just dominated in regionals. Beat these little schools like Stanford and UCLA, etc. Just beat them to death. And I'm proud of that. But what I'm really proud of is the quality of the students that we have at this campus. And the guts to put it on the line. That's the difference, right? It is so easy to sit in the back of a classroom, never speak up, answer some multiple choice test, even make 100, and never have the courage to speak up and get in front of people and be judged, etc. So as Shannon Beats coined the term, and Mallory Galinsky, we have a culture of competition here. This is who we are, big time. It's a great night. I can't wait for it to happen. Thank you for being here, and thank you guys for judging.
Okay, let's get down to the details. We've got 3 presentations tonight, Each team is going to give a 15-minute presentation, and then we'll open it to the judges for 15 minutes of Q&A. We'll have 10 minutes between each presentation to allow judges the time to record their feedback, and for our technology guys to get the next presentation set up. For those of you teams that are speaking tonight, there is going to be a timekeeper who will give you 10-minute, 5-minute, 2-minute warnings to help you pace your presentation. They're also going to time the Q&A session, so as you see the time winding down, it might be a good idea to cue the judges time for one last question, okay, so that we can keep on time, okay? So first up is going to be Brass Mountain Sports with Lucas Brassey and Brendan Wheelwright, and the other competitors are going to step out of the room.
Good evening. My name is Lucas Brassey. I'm a freshman here at SNC, and this is my partner, Brendan Wheelwright. He's a junior here. He is triple majoring in accounting, entrepreneurship, and ski business. Our plan is
With a product that costs $550, we'll have a profit margin of 157%, a return on equity of 60%. We will break even in the third year, and by the end of year 5, we will have total revenues of over $5.3 million and net income of $1.3 million. Now I'll pass it back to Lucas.
Thank you. So as of now, we are currently seeking the necessary funding to get Brass Mountain Sports up and running. We are prepared to develop a prototype in the near future, and again, we are still seeking those key members to join the BMS team. So right now, our offer is in exchange for a $300,000 investment. We'll give you 30% equity in Brass Mountain Sports, and it is estimated that at the end of 5 years, you get 175% return. Okay, in conclusion, Brass Mountain Sports' advantage lies in its 3-part all-season outdoor sleep solution, which includes the removable internal liner, the Pertex Endurance Shell, the Primaloft and down combination, and that's it. So with all of these features combined, we have created the most versatile and innovative sleeping bag on the market. Thank you.
In your first year, well, first of all, let me look at your gross profit. You're ramping your sales up from 0 to, in year 5, I guess it's $5 million. Forgive me if I don't have it right in front of me. But your gross profit percentage stays exactly the same. Mm-hmm. So you're not getting any leverage from increased volume. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's true, but if it is true, you need to be able to explain why it's true. Because generally, when you move from 0 to 5 million, with the kind of product that you're thinking about, you ought to get some leverage out of volume. The other thing I'll point out to you is you start out with a marketing expenditure. Admittedly, this is the first year, so this is an inflated number, of 62.3%. That figure drops precipitously, it's marketing now, precipitously, so that in your last year, your marketing is 4.5%. I don't know a business that has marketing to the consumer at 4.5%. So adding the percentages will bring out to you, wait, hold it, there's something wacky doing here about, let's or be able to explain it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, thank you.
One suggestion I would have as you go forward, if you succeed in this competition and you guys get some money out of this deal, look into getting a prototype. Your whole sales proposition is that we have a better product that is lighter and more efficient than the competition. And it's a little too convenient that yours is 1 ounce less in weight than the next closest competitor. Your ability to stand up and hold up a product, a prototype that says, yeah, this was not cost effective to make, but we wanted it as a proof of concept that our ideas of how much down would weigh, how much the nylon and the different components of it would weigh, will carry you very far as a rapid visualization.
Okay, have you heard of millet manufacturers? So I've called them and gotten in contact with them and asked them what it would take to get a prototype made. They're based out of Italy, France, and it's really hard to understand them, but as long as I had a list of manufacturer specifications and materials that they could get a hand of, then they could surely make this a prototype. I think we have time for one more question.
30 seconds.
A quick question.
Can I add to that, actually? Even if you had like something that's made out of Primaloft and something that's down, and you can be like, feel how heavy this is compared to this. Or, anything that you can have physically to show people, like, this is why this will work. Even if you had, those 3 pieces of like a sleeping bag and a pad and a shell, you'd be like, look at how like cumbersome this is. Something visual. That's tight.
Thank you, Lucas and Brendan. We'll take a 10-minute break and we'll reconvene at 6:50.